All right, here we are back again, Heart Academy for October 11th, 2016. Though it's actually the 12th, but all of us at lab school have the day off. So I'm doing my recording now from yesterday's homework. But remember, yesterday's homework is not due until Friday. All right. I think this one is number 3. And I think I left off here with A. So I will pick up with E. If we look at E, we notice we have a positive divided by a positive. And you can go back to rules if you need to. Positive divided by positive is a positive, just divide. That rule's right here under the division rules. So I will just divide, and knowing that my answer is going to be positive. So I'll go to the small number and look for the big number if you're using a multiplication chart to help you divide. Here we go. Small number to big number. 15 to 60. See that? Okay. 15 to 60. Voila. All the way up. Answer should be 4. Okay. So now I know that this is going to be 4. Let me get rid of the mess. And remember, we were keeping it as a positive 4. So down here, you should have positive 4 somewhere, and that's where you'll put the letter E. Let's see if I can find it quickly. Oh, look, right here. Because you know what? They're in order. Positive 4 will be letter E. Going on to the next one. All right, so the next one is T. I have a positive divided by a negative. If you look at the rules, positive divided by a negative is a negative. So I already know my answer is going to be negative. So now I'll go to my multiplication chart. Start with the small number, look for the big, 45. So here's my answer. My answer will be 5. 9 will go into 45 5 times. Okay, 9 will go into 45 5 times. So my answer is -5. So you should find a -5 down here. I think it's right about here, right? And so you would put a T. Okay, and here we go. Now I have a negative divided by a negative. If you look at your rules, negative divided by negative, okay, is going to be a positive. Look at that. Negative divided by negative, negative divided by negative is a positive, just divide. Okay, here we go. So I know this answer is going to be positive, but how many times is 4 going to 28? Okay, let's pretend you don't know. Look for the small number, actually go to the row of the small number, find the answer. 4 and 48. Here's the 4, go all the way over to 48. Bam, answer is 12. All right, so now I know my answer is going to be a positive 12, because remember, a negative divided by a negative is a positive. So positive 12, which is down there somewhere, put a letter A. And let's see, 49 divided by negative, 49 divided by 7. All right, so remember, if you're looking at your sheet, negative divided by negative, my answer is going to be positive. But how many times does 7 go into 49? Using a multiplication chart. Here we go. There you go. 7, and I'm going up 49. My answer is 7. Ooh, okay, so now I know that this answer is going to be a positive 7. Positive 7 will be down there on the multiplication chart. I'm going to skip around a little bit. Let me go over to this side, do a couple of these. Okay, so remember when we were looking at fractions, fractions mean division too. Fractions is just another representation of division. So if you want to look at it in the manner that you're used to, 3 will go into 39. Or 39 divided by 3. So it looks like this. Okay? Again, you use multiplication chart, bottom number, see where the top number is. Let's go look at the multiplication. 3 and 39. All right, clear this one out. 3 will go into 39. 13 times. Okay. So my answer here will be 13. Okay? And I had a positive divided by positive. So I know my answer is positive. So you should be able to find 13 down here somewhere and put AB. Okay? So that's how it goes. Hey, what about L? 1 will go into 311. Okay? How many times will 1 go into 311? And remember, you have a positive divided by a positive. So you know your answer is going to be positive, and 1 will go into 311 311 times. You should have that answer down there. put an L. Okay, now, all right, so what we have here, let's see. This I'm going to include in the answer. Okay, so let me go down to T. I'm going to work out some of these zeros because I see that you have a lot of zeros to divide by. All right, so remember, negative 2 divided by a positive 300. A negative divided by a positive is going to be a negative. The only time you see negative answers when you're multiplying or dividing is when you're mixing the two, a negative and a positive. All right, so 2 will go into 300. Here's my 2. Oh my God, Miss Hart, it doesn't go all the way up to 300. I know. So what do? Two things. You can try two things. First, all right, you know you're looking at it as if it were written like this. Okay, so you can break it down. Change colors. You can break it down and divide one number at a time, or one digit at a time, really. 2 will go into 3. You don't necessarily have to look at the entire 300. Do it one digit at a time if you can. 2 will go into 3 how many times? 1. And then what we do is multiply this times this. 1 times 2, guess what? Is 2. We take that answer, put it here. What do we do then? We subtract. 3 minus 2 is 1. You can then bring down the next digit, 10. You don't have to bring down to both zeros. Do one at a time. So now you're going, 2 will go into 10. How many times? 5. And you can use multiplication chart for that if you need to. Then we multiply. 5 times 2 is 10. Look at that. If we subtract, notice you have 0. Don't forget you have another 0 to bring down. Okay? And because you have nothing else to subtract, that 0 we can also just place up here. So our answer is 150, not 15. Okay? So, where was that one at? Here we go. Now that we know that the answer, remember, is going to be negative 150. Okay? Look at that. It's right there. So you know you got to put a T. Okay? Remember I said there were two ways that you could do this? Watch this. I don't know if you guys have done this before either, but this is what I was demonstrating in class. Okay? When we divide, right, if you don't have matching sets of zeros, meaning there's not the same amount of zeros up here as there are down here, you know that those zeros are going to probably end up back into your answer. Yes, they will. So since there are no zeros down here, but I have 2 zeros up here, I know they're going to end up in my answer. Okay? And what I can do is just take them out. Okay? So when I take them out, 2 will go into, what, 3 times. Oh, that was wrong. Hold up. Ooh, can't believe I did that. All right. So if I can take out 1 and put it into my answer, 2 goes up. That's it. I can take out 1 at a time. I can take out 1 of these and put it into my answer. That's my favorite. Hold on a second. Oh no. Oh, look, recording. Totally forgot. My bad. Anyway, I had to answer the phone and, trying to get my puppy to come lay down beside me because it's cold in my apartment. And she feels nice and warm. Going back to this one. Messed up the first time, so I really should start just concentrating on what I'm doing. Okay, so with the 0 thing. So I know I can take out 1 0 and put it in the answer. And that way, all I have to do is look at how many times negative 2 will go into 30. Using your multiplication chart, now that you reduced it to 30 instead of 300, let's go ahead and look at the multiplication chart. Oh, not it. And no, she's licking my hand and it tickles. All right, 2 will go into 30. All right, 15 times. So that's how we end up as the same answer as the long division way. So it's going to be 15 times. And notice the answer is still 150. Remember, it was going to be negative 150, which we had found over here. All right, so I'll do another one of those first, okay? Like this one. Look over here at A. Okay. So what happens is, what I can do is take out a 0 from this side, okay? Put it in your answer. Now, 10 will go into 75. How many times? Let's find out. Is this going to work out? I'm not even sure. Let me try it. So I got 10 75. Now you know 10 is not going to go to 75 evenly. Okay, so we will do, I think I can put 10 will go into 75. It should be 75 times, right? Oh, yeah, that's right, because take this one out, I can take this one out. So really I have 1 will go into 75, which is 75. And a positive divided by a positive is a positive. So it's a positive 750 right there. That's A, and that should be down here somewhere too. Positive 75, not 750. Man, I'm screwing up this worksheet. All right, let's do that again because I don't have time to start it over. I'm already 10 minutes in, peeps. Okay. So if I take this one out, I take this one out. Oh, and they cancel out. So if you have 2, I'm always trying to figure out how people do this because I just normally divide out completely. So I'm always trying to figure out the best methods. All right, so I get it. What happens if you have a 0 and a 0 down here? Same amount of zeros, we can cancel them out. So now all I am really looking at is 1 divided by 75. And 1 divided by 75, which I know is 75. Well, that worked. And that way, A is 75, which we already saw down there. Let me try another one of these, and then I'll try another of the other one. Okay, so, look at N. All right, let me set it up this way. And I'm purposely looking at the ones that have the zeros. Okay, so first, you know the answer is going to be positive because you have negative divided by a negative, which is going to be positive. Now let's do the division. So if I set it up like this, check it out. Notice I have a set of zeros I can take out. So if I can take them out, I do not have to put them in my answer. So really all I'm looking at is 8 divided by 4. 4 will go into 8. 8 divided by 4. Same thing. How many times will 4 go into 8? 2. My answer is 2. Voila. Okay, let's do that one again. Let me find another one like this. T. First, your answer is going to be negative. Why? Because positive divided by negative is a negative. And I'm going to reset it up like this so you can see it easier. All right. So remember, if you have a matching set of zeros, you can take them out. Okay? Now, the only set of matching zeros I have is this. But notice you still have a 0 over here. Okay? So what happens is, and let me rewrite it so it kind of looks more in order. It's like this. Okay? So remember, you have a matching set. You do not have to use them in your answer. But I still have this 0, but I can't take it out because there's not another matching 0 down here. So what I'm really going to look at is 170 divided by 1. Right? So how many times will 1 go into 170? And because it's 1, I'm pretty sure you know the answer. The answer is going to be 170. Let's see if that works. And remember, it's negative 170 because positive divided by negative is a negative. Negative 170, are you here? Oh, there it is. Negative 170. Okay. Let me try that method again. All right. 4 into 120. Let me see if this goes up that high. 4 into 120. Well, it does. Okay, so I'm not going to do that. How about, we did that one and we did that one. Hey, let's look at H. What's going on here? Let's take out some zeros. I can make that a lot straighter. I'm going to take these 2 out. And I can take these 2 out. So remember, if you can take them out by matching, you don't have to put them in your answer. So really all I'm looking at is 1 and a 10. How many times will 1 will go into 10? 10 times. And remember, positive divided by a positive is a positive. So positive 10 is your answer. So there's H. So I'm about to run out of video for this one. And so what I will do is stop here. I'll do a few more up here. And then I'll get to work on the next page. So hang on for video number 4.